Hey everybody, welcome back to the episode of Definitely Not a Podcast. This is just an excuse for me to show highlights of me trying to become good at Valorant even though I'm bad. I know in the last video that I did like this, I ended up talking about Jose Mourinho and why I hate him. I'm not going to talk about him this time, but let me know in the description and the comments what you want me to talk about. I'm actually going to talk about Valorant, which is pertinent because I'm showing Valorant, so it makes sense. Now, I know this is a strictly FIFA channel, sort of, but I've moved away from it, and I want to tell a story about how I thought I was going to become pro in Valorant and why it never came true and why it never really was even a possibility. And this is basically my clickbait thumbnail / title. I'm going to try to clickbait as much as possible now because there was a really long time where I never clickbaited and I hated the idea of clickbaiting. Now I'm going as hard in the clickbaiting section as possible. If you don't know, Valorant came out in around April. Around this time last year, the closed beta was available, and to unlock it, you had to watch someone play Valorant on Twitch, and then you had a chance, if you linked your Twitch account, you had a chance to win the drop and get the closed beta. The full version came out, I think, in May. So yeah, it was about a month or so that you had early access. And I did get the closed beta almost a year ago to this date. Now, Valorant, if you don't know, is a tactical shooter, so it's very similar to a game like Counter-Strike. That's why a lot of the professional players who play Valorant right now are Counter-Strike X players. Now, it's funny because I bought Counter-Strike in 2017. I had known of Counter-Strike. I had played it a little bit, but I wasn't very good. This happened to be the first game that I bought when I got my computer in 2017 was Counter-Strike because I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. But I'd barely ever played it. I wasn't very good at it. And then in around mid-2018, for some reason, I just found a major tournament. I think it was Katowice 2018. And I was amazed at Counter-Strike and what it was. And it was actually so exciting to watch an esport like that. And it sounds really nerdy because I always thought esports, that's kind of weird. Because I assumed it was some esport like FIFA where it's just a guy who spent a bunch of coins and real money to get a good team and is talented, but at the end of the day, it's not really about your talent. It's about your card and this card and how it plays talent. It's not the player themselves. So that's why I thought it was really cool because I could see just how you grind. I've always liked sports and I always wanted to be a professional athlete and I never did it because I wasn't good enough. But I always loved the idea of just working at something so much that you become professional and then you compete at an elite level. I mean, I played baseball, but only at a high school level, and I was okay, but never that good. I won't talk too much about Counter-Strike, but it's just really cool to me that you have these individual players and their play styles, and you can see how you have to work as a cohesive unit, and there's a lot of thinking that goes along with just shooting. It's not just shooting. Like, the person with the best aim doesn't always win. A team like Astralis wins because they have such huge brains and they know how to counter-plan and counter-strat. And it's just really interesting if you've never gotten into it because it is very tactical. So anyway, there was the whole 2017 into 2018. I played a lot of Fortnite, and Fortnite, because it's a battle royale, because there's bloom, so you don't actually, it's not like where you're pointing your mouse is exactly where the shot goes. There's random input into it like FIFA. I thought, Fortnite's pretty cool, but this isn't exactly an esport like I thought it was. And I grinded Fortnite a bit, and I learned to do 90s, and I got pretty good, but never anywhere close to, these cracked 14-year-olds who are winning millions of dollars. So we have to move all the way into 2019, late 2019, early 2020, and I was playing a lot of Counter-Strike. I wasn't very good at it, but I was also watching a lot of Counter-Strike. I would basically watch, before, as I was going to bed, I would pull up on an iPad Counter-Strike games and just watch it. And I wasn't so much interested in how the players are shooting. I care about aim, of course, it's cool to see cool flicks, but I was so interested in the strategy behind it that was the main focus. So I played a lot of Counter-Strike end of 2019 into early 2020, and then out of nowhere, Valorant just came up, and I thought, whoa, this is like a sign that I should look into this and really play as hard as possible. It also coincided with the start of the pandemic. So I'm like, I'm going to be stuck inside anyway. I might as well grind this as hard as possible. I could have grinded FIFA, and I had already grinded FIFA, but after 5 years, I thought, you know what, FIFA's cool and all, but it's not a game that I really want to keep going. And I know I have this channel, and I love posting videos on this channel, but I needed a break. So I thought, I might as well just play some Valorant. So when I finally got access to the closed beta, I thought, this is it. This is my moment. I'm going to put as much into this as possible and you know what, I don't actually think I'll become pro. I never had that idea that I was going to become a professional Valorant player, but what I did think was I'm going to become good enough to the point where I can post videos that are entertaining and kind of interesting to watch to my YouTube, to Twitch, to whatever. So I started playing Valorant, and I was okay because I had a little bit of a background in Counter-Strike, and a lot of the people playing had never played those kinds of games because Riot was known for League of Legends. So I had an early advantage, sort of, but I was never quite as good as the people who had been playing Counter-Strike, which a lot of them came directly over. They saw the same opportunity that I did, and they dominated. So I was never like immortal. My highest ever rank was Plat 3, which is good, but it's nothing special, really. So I was really interested in doing a progression video, because I liked progression videos. I like to see growth. So every day after work, I would record myself playing Valorant, doing like the headshot aim trainer, playing some games. I would also do Kovacs, which is an aim trainer as well. And I thought, if I just do this over and over and over again, I'll get good. And I definitely saw improvements. Like, I could see the tangible numbers, the quantitative analysis of these numbers getting higher, and my aim getting better, and my rank was getting higher. Like I said, to Plat 3, I started at like iron or something, or bronze, because of just bad placement. But I definitely saw that improvement. But then it got to the point where I realized I don't really want to spend all of my free time just shooting this. As much fun as Valorant is, and I really like it, and I'm going to continue to watch, like, I watch every game pretty much every day. Instead of Counter-Strike, I'm now watching Valorant and watching strats, and I'm trying to watch Korea, and I'm trying to watch Oceania, and I'm trying to watch Brazil, because you can see the different play styles, and it's so interesting. I know I'm never going to become pro. I am never going to have enough time. I don't have probably the natural ability either to become that good to the point where I'm a professional. So I might as well kind of quit. So then all that footage of me recording myself shooting the targets and like getting the different scores, I just scrapped it. I kind of regret that. For a while, I just kept it on my computer because I thought one day I'll have the initiative to start doing this, and then, you know, it'll make a cool video. But at the end of the day, I was like, this is going to be so much work to go through and edit, and I'm not even that good. If I was destroying everyone, sure, I'll hire someone to do that. I'll do it myself, because then I would be proud of the product at the end. But if it's like, here's my grind video, and then at the end, I don't even have the six-pack abs, I'm still kind of fat, then it's like, okay, no one wants to see this. With all that being said, I'm not going to become professional, but I will continue to watch Valorant. I'll continue to watch all the different things, like I said, in the different regions, and I'm going to break it down likely. I don't know if I'll do it on this same channel, because this is a FIFA channel, and I know that a lot of you guys probably don't care about Valorant. You don't want to watch it, you probably will never watch it, but I know some of you guys do play Valorant. Like, I think the cool thing about Valorant, unlike Counter-Strike, is it is much more appeasing to casual people, instead of CS was always like really hardcore, and that's what I didn't love about it. Was it seemed like there was a huge gateway into getting into it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If there are ever any other topics you want me to discuss, let me know. I'd be happy to discuss them. We can talk football, we can talk Valorant, whatever's on your mind. All right, boys, I'll see you next time. Don't forget to spare pets.